What can you do? Just not meant to be. That's what Denny Hamlin said after losing the NASCAR Cup Series Championship on Sunday at Phoenix, a race that he dominated, leading 208 of the 319 laps. A late race caution set up a green-white checker. He took 4 tires. Larson takes 2 tires. Hamlin lines up 10th on the restart. Larson lines up about P6, P7, somewhere in that range. And Hamlin just not able to make up those spots. Watches Kyle Larson go on to win the championship that he thought was going to be his a mere 5 minutes earlier. Hamlin, after the race in his post-race press conference, said that his fun meter was pegged and he doesn't really want to get back into a race car again. He's got a couple more shots at this, assuming he does, in fact, come back. He signed a 2-year extension with Joe Gibbs Racing for 2026 and 2027, but this really felt like it was his best shot. Hamlin, who gets unanimously booed at most racetracks, somehow became the fan favorite this weekend. 20 years of trying. This was his 20th full-time NASCAR Cup Series season. He's the best to never win a championship. 60 wins, 3 Daytona 500s, multiple championship appearances, multiple collapses in the championship. And it felt like this was going to be the different year. Everything is going to culminate in Denny Hamlin winning a championship, his dad getting to see that championship, his dad who has a terminal illness, as NBC said during the broadcast, likely who won't be here next year. Denny Hamlin felt like this was the opportunity for him to get that championship, for his dad, Michael Jordan, to break that cigar glass open and smoke that cigar when they finally win a championship. And ultimately, it was Kyle Larson that walked away with the trophy, and Denny Hamlin, once again, the bandwagon, the wheels fell off. And you can make the argument that they should have taken 2 tires. 4 tires makes sense. You can make the argument that they shouldn't have thrown that caution, but if they're going to throw the caution for the 44, the caution prior, who didn't make contact with the wall, then Byron hitting the wall pretty decently probably should get a caution out of it. Regardless, Denny Hamlin still winless when it comes to championships. And you have to start to feel bad for the guy. I know he's in an active lawsuit with NASCAR. I know he lives in a gigantic house on Lake Norman, flies in a helicopter, everything like that. But just on a human level, assuming you have a good relationship with your parents, you wanted to see him get to have that moment with his dad. For his dad to at least be able to see that moment before, things end. And ultimately, doesn't seem like that's going to happen. And just on a human level, that kind of bums me out. It's sad in a sense. If you haven't seen NASCAR Full Speed, Season 1, Episode 4, the end of that, there's a moment in there, Denny Hamlin, it honestly shows the raw emotion of competing for a championship at the Cup Series level, leaving Martinsville in 2023. It's worth your time to go and watch it, because I think, just like I said, on a human level, it's raw. It's emotional a watch, and it kind of explains what Denny's going through right now, I think, in a sense. So, Denny Hamlin, not a NASCAR Cup Series champion.